guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a pregnancy related video for you guys. So I'm not sure if I've already kind of mentioned this on my channel since I am pre-recording this. The reason I didn't really share with you guys that I was pregnant in my first trimester, before I got pregnant, I really wanted to do like weekly updates showing you guys how my belly progressed, because I had been watching those a lot on YouTube and found them really comforting as a new mother-to-be. So yeah, I had all intention of doing that, but I was miserably ill for my first trimester, and I'm in my second trimester right now. I'm 15 weeks and it is June 28th when I'm filming this. So yeah, I'm almost 15 weeks. So yeah, basically I'm just now, knock on wood, getting over my morning sickness, and I still was sick this morning, so no promises that it's gonna get better for me and I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, I thought I would do a video basically kind of like talking about morning sickness, because it is rarely talked about on YouTube. I mean, it's talked about everywhere on the internet because so many women experience it. But when I was in the thick of morning sickness and like impaired, I could not even hardly move because I was so nauseous. I basically, went to YouTube as my source like I always do. And there were hardly any, videos of people talking about morning sickness. Women kind of detailed morning sickness like in their pregnancy vlogs, but I felt like no one had it as bad as me, or at least no one was expressing it. So I wanted to do a video all about it because it's what I was looking for when I was really sick. So I'm just now, I think, on my tail end of morning sickness to feel well enough to talk about it in a video. So yeah, I basically just wanted to tell you guys about how I was feeling. So if you guys are going through the same thing, if you're pregnant in your first trimester, or even if you're in your second or third, which I hope to God I'm not still sick, because it is terrible. I want to like sympathize with some of you guys and hear of your guys's like experiences with it, if you've already had your children, how you guys combat it, so maybe we can help each other out. So I have learned a few tips and tricks, I guess. I mean, they're not really anything new, but like there's so much information online of how you can combat morning sickness, and I swear 90% of all that stuff did not work for me. So I just wanted to share what actually worked for me, because I had it really, really bad, and put it in a video for you guys. So just to kind of detail like how bad the morning sickness was, so you guys can kind of gauge if you had it as bad as me, or if you know someone that is going through morning sickness and you're just like want to help them out. I literally lost 7 pounds within a matter of like, I don't even know how long it was, a couple weeks or something, right when I got pregnant, and it was miserable. That's why I did not vlog. I didn't hardly upload any videos for the longest time, because I could not will myself to get up and like actually even just form words to Doug was hard because I was so nauseous, and it was just really overwhelming, and I just kind of like felt alone in the matter. I thought maybe it was genetic, so I asked my sister and mom if they were really sick during their pregnancies, and both of them weren't that sick. Like my mom doesn't really remember. She kind of remembers feeling nauseous, and my sister, I don't think she lost weight from throwing up as much as I did. So after being pregnant for almost 4 months, I finally learned that I'm not going to look online for anything unless I like have a mental breakdown. Like I am not looking online for any help, any statistics, any facts, because it's just all skewed, and that's why so many other mothers were like telling me to read books, because it's more factual and it's less negative as well. So yeah, online did not help for me for morning sickness. So yeah, for 3 months straight, I literally had to throw up almost 3 times a day. It was like 2 to 3 times a day, and luckily I work from home, so I was in the comfort of my own home. I didn't have to go to a 9-to-5 job or 8-to-5 job, which seriously would be terrible. I don't even know how I could do that because I had it so bad. So yeah, I was easily accessible to kind of like feel comfortable in my own home, but I can't even imagine like women who have severe morning sickness like I did and had to go to work and perform, or even just like be on their feet. It's insane. So yeah, I sympathize with any of you guys out there who are dealing with that or have dealt with that, because it is a nightmare. It honestly starts to make you depressed, because you literally just feel like you can't do anything, like you can't contribute to the house. Like I couldn't clean up my mess or cook or do anything, or just like be a decent human being, because I was just so sick of being sick basically. So yeah, anyways, some of my tips that I've learned after being sick for 3 months straight, and I'm still kind of sick. The first one is this tea. So I wanted to put this first because if you guys literally, I mean, I have a lot of like really important tips for morning sickness, but I think the thing that saved my life when I was like in the thick of it was this caffeine free tea. It's called Pink Stork Morning Sickness Solutions, and yeah, it's basically just like a herbal tea. Actually, I don't know if it's herbal. I don't know the difference, but basically it says it has pure Ceylon high elevation, don't know what that is, black tea ginger pieces with peach. So it's really good. It smells fruity. I literally have one packet left, and it's kind of expensive. I got mine on Amazon, and I think it was like, I want to say $13 or something like that. So yeah, you don't get that many. You get 10 like sachets of tea, but you can use them 3 times, which I did not know for the first like 5 sachets. And then I started to realize that yeah, you couldn't reuse them, which is kind of weird, but I was willing to do anything at the time. So yeah, I drink that because it has ginger in it, and a lot of things online say that ginger helps you. I tried ginger snaps, ginger ale, smelling ginger. I literally tried everything, and it did not help me. Like, none of that helped me. The only thing that suppressed my nausea enough for me to be able to like sit up, yeah, it was that bad, was the Pink Stork tea. So yeah, you guys have to get this if you are dying of morning sickness, because it's amazing. So the second tip I have, and it was something that I actually just realized like 2 weeks ago, and it is really, really hard, I'm not gonna lie, to do this tip. Like, you have to force yourself or have someone force you to do it, but it's basically getting outside. I learned that because I obviously am inside all the time because I work from my home, and it can get kind of like suffocating, especially if you're sick. So getting outside, I mean, Doug tried to take me for like a walk around my street, and I had to sit down on the curb because I was so sick and nauseous, but like also really, really tired because all the hormone levels were going crazy. But just like getting outside makes you feel like a sense of, I don't know, it almost like takes your mind off the nausea, which helps a lot more than smelling lemon like they say online, or eating a ginger snap, or eating small meals, which that does help. But getting outside and like breathing fresh air does take your mind off it, and it is my biggest tip for morning sickness, because even if it's for like 5 seconds, if you just like stand outside or like walk, you know, in your backyard or do something, it just helps relieve the nausea a little bit. Nothing really helped me to the point where I was completely okay. Even in my second trimester, I still do feel the occasional nausea, and it'll like come on like a wave, and there's nothing I can do but go to the bathroom and like dry heave or something. So yeah, it's not like fully cured, but the getting outside and drinking the tea really does help. And the third thing that I wanted to recommend for you guys if you're struggling is eat small meals. I know online that's said everywhere, and it's like, you know, one of the biggest tips, and I honestly didn't follow it only because it was just so hard for me to change my lifestyle once I became pregnant. I'm really used to eating like a man, honestly. I eat like a man. You guys know I do what I eat in a days, but I eat like a smallish breakfast, a huge lunch, and a huge dinner. I do not keep snacks in the house. I do not snack like at all. Like, I never had fruit. Like, some people, I would watch their what I ate in the days, which I'm not a healthy person, so that's probably why I don't snack. Because, you know, they say you're supposed to eat small meals, but I just never did because it just takes up more time and you have to concentrate on what you're eating and try and be healthier. But yeah, I would watch other people's what I ate in a days, and they would eat like an apple between lunch and dinner, and I'm just like, no, I'm too full for my lunch, because I would eat like such big portions. Or they would have like a granola bar, which I literally have probably had like 5 granola bars in my life. I really do not snack at all. I don't have nuts around. I don't do anything like that unless I'm trying to lose weight or something. But basically, because of pregnancy, I was forced to completely change my eating habits. I mean, not only did I not even want or desire the same foods as before, I literally haven't drinking coffee in almost 4 months. And you guys know from watching my past videos, I would have 1 to 2 cups of hot coffee a day, and it was like, I loved the ritual of coffee. I love the smell, I love the taste, and now I can't even stand it. I can drink like cold coffee, but hot, I drink rarely. Even in my 15 weeks along, I barely drank it. I just drank it for the first time the other day, and I was unsure of it. So yeah, your body completely changes, and that's the craziest thing, I think. But yeah, making sure you have small meals, because your body like cannot, when you're nauseous, your body cannot handle having a big burrito in your stomach. It just makes you more sick. I think that's what happened to me, and that's why I was so sick in the beginning, was because I was still maintaining my old lifestyle and I didn't snack all the time. My doctor told me to eat saltine crackers. She was like, if you're feeling nauseous, eat saltine crackers, and that's what everybody said, and I'm just like, no. That was something I did not want to do. I hate plain, boring crackers. Like, that does not sound good to me, but something that my body really craved, and something that I felt like really kind of like suppress the nausea more than saltine crackers or soup or something like that was carbs. So I mean, it's funny because before I started my pregnancy, I literally was doing what I ate in a days, and I was talking about how I never ate carbs and people jumped down my throat, and now all I want is carbs. Like, I want bagels, I want sandwiches, I want pasta dishes. Like, it's so bad. And now I realize why pregnant women gain so much weight, because I'm trying not to be that woman. Like, I'm only trying to eat a little bit more every day, but I want like the bad foods, and I do not want salads. Like, vegetables sound disgusting to me now. Anyways, if you are combating morning sickness, I would recommend sticking with carbs because they really don't generally upset your stomach unless you're having like a pasta with a bunch of creamy sauce on it. What I'm saying is, like, eat a small ham and cheese sandwich or have a piece of pita bread and hummus, things that are really small but kind of like fill you up and that have more carbs. That has really saved me when it comes to not being nauseous. When I would try and eat like a salad or just things with a lot of vegetables, I hate to say it, but it really just made me more sick and sent me on more trips to the bathroom, along with foods that were really rich and that had a lot of flavor. So yeah, saltine crackers did not cut it for me, but dulling down your foods and making sure there's really no spices or sauces or anything like that really did help me. The next thing, and the thing I just kind of want to end on, is if you guys are feeling depressed, because I started to feel really like depressed and low about being sick because I didn't want to go out with my friends. Doug and I, like, I could barely speak to him because it just took so much effort because I was just so tired. I almost thought I was anemic, but my iron levels are fine, so I don't know. I think it's just pregnancy, and I didn't realize how tired you actually get. Like, I want to go to bed by 7. So yeah, it kind of puts a weird strain on your relationships because you can't be yourself. I think like getting over morning sickness and like battling it is a mental thing too. I would try and tell myself, I'm not gonna be sick, I'm not gonna be sick, and no matter what, you're kind of sick. Like, nothing I said in my head and nothing I tried to will myself to believe would take away the fact that I was gonna throw up in 5 seconds. So telling yourself that for me didn't really help, but the thing that helped me like cope with it was reading other people's stories online and watching pregnancy vlogs, honestly, because you see that you're not alone. And I think it's because all my friends aren't married and they're not pregnant or getting pregnant, so I didn't know really anybody besides my sister who lives in Tennessee. I didn't know anybody that kind of like could sympathize with me and tell me that, oh, this morning sickness is gonna pass, it's gonna be worth it, you'll have a beautiful baby, since I am a new mom. So yeah, basically just kind of reading stories online. I know I said don't read online, but reading stories about like, I don't know, like chat groups about people who are trying to like come together and promote something that's encouraging rather than talking negative about whatever your symptom you have. That's okay, and that was okay for me. Or reading books about morning sickness. One of the books that I just got for my mom is like such a good pregnancy book. I think it's like the #1 rated. It's What to Expect When You're Expecting, and it is so good. It talks all about morning sickness and tells you that it's completely normal. Now obviously if you're throwing up more than 3 times a day, you should probably get on Zofran, but I don't really like taking any kind of pills, so I kind of like, I don't know, I didn't do that, but I worked through it and it's gotten a lot better, so hopefully it will get better for those of you out there that are battling it too. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys like the pregnancy vlogs and if you want to hear about more things, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys. But Doug and I already think it's a boy because I just had a dream that it was a boy. And I just really feel like it's a boy. I don't know why. I think because I've had such a complicated, not complicated,